Today's match is brought to you by AE Engine, AmericanEagle.com, Bag Tags, Bubba Burger, Cliff Kids, Dick's Sporting Goods, Expand a Brand, Nesquik, Fusionetics, MLS, Nike Soccer, Positive Coaching Alliance, Premier International Tours, Soccer Shots, Sun-Made Raisins, Target, Turbo Sports Group, United Soccer Coaches, Wilson Trophy Company, and Yokohama.
It was 1935, the year that Elvis and Sandy Koufax were born. It was a year of many firsts, including the first NFL draft, the first Monopoly board game went on sale, Social Security began, and Babe Ruth hit his last home run. In addition to these milestones, the National Junior Challenge Cup was founded in 1935, offering a youth competition for young men in the United States. The cup was later named the James P. McGuire Cup, after the late U.S. soccer president, who himself was quite a standout in his earlier days, winning the U.S. Open Cup in 1929. McGuire would lead U.S. soccer and earn an international reputation as an excellent leader.
The Jim McGuire Cup was started in 1935. It was the only cup that the United States Soccer Federation had for youth players. And it was a very good competition, and I can tell you, I mean, it was the highlight of my soccer career to be a champion in 1954.
This storied cup, now the oldest trophy in youth sport.
It has a history, it has a meaning, I think it has tradition. So I think it's extremely important for our competitions, for all the age groups that kind of emulate the McGuire Cup.
Winning the McGuire Cup is huge, just because all that history that comes along with the oldest trophy in youth sports period, that's really big for us.
Who will write their name in the next chapter of the storied McGuire Cup?
Forget last year. It's gone. Ancient history. It's time to forget about failure and how you came up short, how you missed the mark. Yeah, it's time to forget about the man you should have marked, the run you should have made. Remember that shot you should have taken? Time to let it all go. Forget about it. It's time to go to work.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Frisco, Texas, site of the 2018 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships. Good morning, I'm Todd Panula, and I'm here to bring you all of today's exciting 15 and under group boys action between OK Energy FC and GPS New York. GPS New York is going to be wearing the red Bayern Munich jerseys, countered by OKC Energy, and they are wearing the right with the blue and orange trim. We're underway here, and it's day number 2 as these two teams are getting things started here this morning. We welcome you in, whether you're watching in Oklahoma City, where OK Energy FC are from, or over in Buffalo. Not quite as early as the morning for you New Yorkers, but nevertheless, in the wee hours, the sun not quite fully up here in Texas, but at least the temperatures are down. These two teams looking to solidify their positioning within their groups. 3 points on the line, all important points. Day 2 of any tournament is usually the one where a lot is decided. There's a little bit of a spill there by the goalkeeper, but ultimately a save made by Mena. As I mentioned, OK Energy FC from Oklahoma City, GPS New York from Buffalo. Steal there made by Angales. Bit of a question as to where the throw-in should take place. So finally they get it in, and they'll do it all over again. Sliding up the right-hand side. Energy FC looking for some space. Trying across, but didn't get enough swing on that one as that one goes out for the goal kick. In case you're interested, you can stay tuned to Turbo Sports production of the 2018 USYS National Championships for our next game. It will be a different group, but still in this age bracket. So coming up at 9 o'clock Central Time, it's going to be FC United out of Glenview against Las Vegas Soccer Academy Silver. Here's a chance for Energy FC as they get it into the box. Trussell had gotten it into a dangerous area, but well defended in the end. Up through the midfield. Here comes Energy FC. Munarat saw his pass intercepted. This one's not going to find its intended target. Picking it up first is going to be Dumas. Back to his goalkeeper. All the way up to Grover. A foul given in the midfield. Fernando Saldana called for the offense. Headed back up towards the midfield stripe. Romero to the far hand side. Up towards the top of the 18, they were looking for Turner. The shot came in, a strong one there from Saldana. It was blocked, and that will draw the corner kick. Early stages of this contest, 5th minute of play. OKC Energy have spent most of the game in the offensive end so far. But we saw that yesterday in some of the matches where some of the teams in the early morning games struggled to get their feet underneath them at first. But then once they did, they really managed to take a stranglehold of the game. And obviously Coach Lewis hoping that his GPS squad can do just that. Angeles all the way over to Maldonado. Maldonado again. And now Stanfield. A lot of space in front. Elects to make the pass instead. Here's Trussell. Angales. Stanfield sent it over to the far hand side. Maldonado through to midfield. Saldana one touch, intended that one for Angeles. Angeles to Saldana. A chance for Turner to turn, but it was quickly taken away. Transition opportunity here for GPS. Looking for some open field. It's a precious commodity right now in the midfield. Both teams being afforded a little bit of space on the defensive side. But once you get up towards that midfield stripe, everybody quick to close down. Nifty little flick there by Zilst. Zilst again. All the way back to Maldonado. Stanfield. A little bit of fake run there. Went off the defender and out. So it'll be an Energy FC throw. An ambitious pass up through the middle doesn't find its mark. GPS trying to counter. Switching the point of attack. Here's Zilst. Back through the midfield. Munarat. Lobbed one over the top, but nobody making the run. Closest player up top was Rory Simpson. Maldonado looking to send one towards the corner flag. Trying to run it down is Romero, and he can't quite do it. A lot of speed with Romero, but that ball just had too much on it. Fifty-50 ball just kind of sandwiched in between. Zilst sends it back. Pounded upfield by Dumas. Laid back for Munarat. Dumas one time out. Coach Ryan Lewis trying to get his squad to relax. That has been the repeated phrase coming from the GPS bench. Quick passing here from Energy FC. They're very solid on the ball here in the early stages of this match. That one's going to roll all the way through. Should get out for a goal kick. And it does indeed. You can see the sun coming out a little bit more, especially over there in the corner as we get a tight shot there. Long shadows being cast here in the early stages of this game. Now a dangerous play right off the goal kick. Energy FC created a chance here from the near side. Romero was able to get around the defender and put it towards goal, but safely in behind it was Nixon. Been mostly Energy FC this morning on the attack. GPS still trying to settle into the game. It's been mostly defending here. What possession they have has gone awry for the most part. Their passes have been just a bit off. A crunching tackle, advantage played. And now it quickly dissipated, so they'll give the free kick. Long free kick, gets into the box, but it headed away. Trying to pick it up for GPS was Simpson. Instead, it's on to the attack, and that was quickly turned away. Romero was once again there, but the pass was just a bit too far for the speedster to catch up to. A lunging tackle keeps it alive for Energy FC as they build the attack again. Angeles sends it back. Turner all the way to Stanfield, and now Trussell. Saldana spun around, a little bit frustrated that he allowed himself to lose possession, kind of threw a weak elbow. Needs to watch that, though. I'm sure the official saw it. Simpson couldn't corral that one. Trussell using the space, has to pull it back. Stanfield. Maldonado. Maldonado cut it back through the middle, intercepted by Munarat. Up the near hand side, Zilst. One time for Simpson, and again he struggles to find the handle. To the far wing now. Energy FC pushing it towards the end line, and clearly frustrated with himself is Caden Ball, as he had some space over there but just pushed it way too far away. Simpson finally able to get it down under control. Takes it over towards the left. Defender banged it off of Simpson's shins, and it's rolling towards the end line. Was not going to leave. Energy FC had to keep it alive, but now they look to escape their defensive end. Stanfield throws it upfield. Simpson with a shot. That one took a deflection, made for an awkward chance towards goal, but Luis Lopez was able to get in behind it. He's trying to start the counterattack. Zilst got his head to it. Munarat, Zilst again, looking for Simpson. Wasn't quite on target. Defender there. Romero. And again, both these teams, if you have one flaw in what they've done so far, is a lot of the stuff has been very direct, very much up the middle, very strong on the kicks. And for free kicks, that's something that you want, but on passes, you'd like to see a little more touch. Speaking of that, Zilst with some touch along the sideline as he works it up in towards the corner flag. Drops it for Munarat. Zilst again, and there was a little too much roll on that ball, kind of rolled across his foot as he sent it in towards the box. Nixon lofts one up towards the half line, instead won by Angelis. Saldana over towards the far side. Putting on some pressure was Ruhana. Ball up towards Meacham. Long chance in towards goal. Deflection was made. It ended up comfortably wide in the end, but when it was struck, that one could have gone anywhere. What a stretch by Marco Romero to come out and try to get the piece of that one and create a good opportunity towards goal. As we take a look at it again, you see the long stretch, and very fortunate not to get injured, Romero there, as his cleats kind of stuck into the ground when he landed on that stretch. But he seems to be suffering no ill effects there, as he's able to steal the ball away here. Lobs one up towards the corner. Racing to catch up to it is Meacham, and not going to get there. Backheel pass finds its mark. Now they look up towards Simpson at the top. Defender was able to throw him off, but Zilst regains possession. Grover was dispossessed. Zilst trying to win it back. A good battle here along the near side. And Saldana not very happy that throw-in didn't go their way. Subs coming in now for GPS New York. Checking into the game now is Gavin Egan and Maxwell Florica. Looking for Zilst on that one. Instead, it was intercepted. Trussell saw it all the way. Another throw in, this time for Energy FC. But you have to say that GPS starting to settle into the game just a little bit more. Still haven't created that offensive opportunity that you would like to see from them, but it was all Energy FC for the first 10, 12 minutes. As we enter the 18th minute now. And we've seen a little bit more from GPS here in the last 5 or so. Maldonado, very deliberate. Sheung sent it up the wing. Just hit over ball. It'll be a throw in for Energy FC as that one went over the fencing around the area. Lobbed up towards goal. Ends up safely in the hands of Nixon. Just hopped a little too hard off the grass there for Zilst to bring up. And equally frustrated is Marco Romero, as he saw that one just escape his grasp. Zilst again with that cheeky little back heel pass. This time a little bit more off the ankle as opposed to the actual heel, but nevertheless getting a little cute with it, but he's gotten away with it. He's very skilled in that. Maldonado. Flicked on by Ball. Angeles. Turner. And now Trussell. Trussell splits the defenders, puts one towards the corner. Romero around one. Second was too many. Good job by Fiorica to come over, knock that one away. This one rolls over the end line. We'll have a corner kick as well as another substitute for GPS New York. Coming out of the game is going to be Mark Zilst. As we've crossed the halfway point of this first half. Coming into the game was Adam Blackwell. So Blackwell's going to set up shop, looks like, up at the half line. So that's going to push Simpson into more of a, not even want to call it defensive role, as Nixon ends up making the save. Looked a little bit antsy at first, but once the ball headed his way, he was comfortably behind it. And now Simpson does regain his central role, pushing Blackwell over here to the right wing. Foul given in the midfield. We'll give it back to GPS. Trussell. Now to Romero, turning on the afterburners, streaking up the left-hand side, but that last touch was a bit too much. Picking it up was Anandarajar. Now the shot came in. Deflection, corner kick. Left-footed corner kick, swings in towards the 6-yard area, cleared away by Simpson. Another chance here for Romero to put it back in the mixer. Overstepped the ball, puts it back towards goal, and Nixon comes out to make the grab. Keeping it alive is Maldonado, once again sending it towards goal, but again too direct. Lobbing one over the top, intercepted on the way by Dumas. Egan. Fiorica's pass went just a bit off the mark. Romero lobbing one over the top, trying to eye it up as Meacham. Defender was in his way. Chested down by Blackwell. Egan. building it up. And once again, given away in the midfield. Ball for Energy FC. They head back the other way, trying to get it under Xiang. Switching the point of attack. More subs being made. GPS. Checking into the game now for GPS is Roman Novi Marks. Also in is Dylan Miskell. Also coming in for Energy FC is Keegan Prigmore. Stanfield sends it across field. Maldonado. Xiang. GPS content to allow Energy FC to kind of pass along the defensive umbrella. They're inching up the field as we are in the 26th minute. Prigmore, the defender right on him, still gets around him, trying to get that cross off. It's going to go out for a corner kick. A little bit of a dangerous move towards the end line by the defender there as the arms kind of went up. But as long as you're out of the penalty area, you're not going to be penalized too much. Any free kick from there would end up being a short corner, which they'd end up doing anyway. They're trying to go for that back post. Looking for Turner. He was there, but the cross had just a bit too much on it. So we're going to have another substitute for Energy FC here in just a moment. Checking into the game now is David Garcia. He will replace Damian Xiang. Blackwell knocked it down. Novi Marks. Simpson. One touch for Egan. Continues it onto the left-hand side. Just avoided the foot of Miskell. Extra ball in play, so that's why we're not back to action quite yet. GPS with a little bit of possession here, lobbing one over the top. Some speed now from Blackwell, and he's still not going to catch up to that one. Goalkeeper comes out, makes the claim. Lopez. The goalkeeper has had a ton to do in this first half. It's been pretty slow going on the offensive end. The better of the chances, or at least the more numerous of the chances, have gone the way of Energy FC. GPS has kind of settled into the game a little bit more here in the later stages of the first half, but it's been mainly a midfield battle here in this early morning matchup. Another sub being made by GPS is Dylan Herstick. Comes into the game, and he'll replace Simpson. That one ends up in behind the defender. Still doesn't settle quite down for Meacham. Lunges in towards it, but getting a foot to it first was Vogt. Intercepted by Fiorica. In a tussle on the far side is Herstick. Fiorica. Stolen by Turner, at least for the moment. Fiorica trying to get it back into touch. Second throw in for GPS after the first one went initially out. Back towards the midfield. Knocked down by Fiorica. Touched on by Herstick. A chance in towards the box. Went all the way in towards Lopez. Herstick tied up in the corner with Maldonado. And GFC throw. Referee having a word with one of the players over on the far side, perhaps picking up a knock. There is going to be a couple subs made by Energy FC, but they'll wait until the next opportune moment. Blackwell keeps it on the ground. Nice ball into the box. Lopez comes out and makes the claim. Confident goalkeeping there, trying to spring the counter. Here comes Romero. Right into the teeth of the defender. And that one should be a GPS throw. It will. Checking into the game now for Energy FC. It's going to be Jacob Campos. He comes in for Romero. And also into the game is Jared Estrada. Prigmore uses up all the space, touches around the defender, but had a little too much on it. Keeps possession, though. Vogt gives it all the way back. Anandarja all the way back to his keeper. Estrada. Prigmore. Defense closing in from behind. Prigmore steps on it. Intending that one for Saldana. Goalkeeper missed it. Defender had to clean up the spilled milk. Throw in from the near side. Goal kick. 35th minute of play. Closing in on a halftime. Just about 5 minutes away, plus any stoppage time. You wouldn't figure there'd be too much. Won by Egan. Turner lobbing one over the top, trying to get it onto Saldana, and a little too direct. Coming out to make the claim was Nixon. Stanfield. Angelus muscles off Egan. Trussell. Stanfield. Angelus. Space in front. Crosses the midfield line. And the pass didn't go where he intended it. Trying to counter. That was a bit ambitious. Needed to control a little more there. Estrada. Saldana making the run, trying to lob one over the top to him, but too many defenders in there for that. Saldana again, second opportunity and a third. Vogt able to steal it away this time. Angelus. Back for Maldonado. Angelus. Defenders backing off. Saldana looking back for Angelus. Prigmore struggled to find the ball, lost it. It popped up into the sun, which is still relatively low in the sky right now. So with this kind of recessed field position compared to the skyline, it is easy to lose the ball a little bit. Trying to go towards the end line for Angelus. Vogt blasts it out. We'll have a throw in for Energy FC. Looking for space as they set this one up. Lopez. Couldn't quite jump up to get that one. Instead claimed by Nixon. Egan gets it back in the midfield circle, has to send it back. It's been a struggle for these teams here in the last 5 minutes or so. This one's lofted in nicely towards that back post. They had two players there. It was too tall for the initial run, and they had Miskell coming in on the back post, but it just was too strong for him to catch up to. Intercepted in the midfield by Fiorica. Good sliding challenge there, winning the ball. Coming over here towards the near side now. Blackwell looking for the return pass. Didn't have the right angle on it. Great idea. Fiorica just caught it a little too much on the side foot. Didn't open himself up enough to keep that one angled towards the corner flag. And Andrade. Official says we'll have about a minute of stoppage time added on to the end of this half. GPS trying to build something here. Long chance, curling. It was a little bit of a struggle for Lopez to track that one. It was a strong strike from Friorica. Probably only the second really good chance that GPS have had, but that's all you need sometimes. If that one kind of curls and dips a little bit, perhaps it sneaks by the goalkeeper. Estrada. Trussell. Inglis. Maldonado. And again, just really difficult to break down that GPS shell. The shot came in. That's good for 3 points in a different kind of football, but only a goal kick here. There's the whistle. 40 minutes have been played. First half is done, no goals scored. We'll head to the break. Todd Panula along with you. Hopefully you're enjoying this morning's matchup between GPS New York and Energy FC. We'll be back with the second half of action in just a bit. Today's match is brought to you by AE Engine, AmericanEagle.com, Bag Tags, Bubba Burger, Cliff Kids, Dick's Sporting Goods, Expand a Brand, Nesquik, Fusionetics, MLS, Nike Soccer, Positive Coaching Alliance, Premier International Tours, Soccer Shots, Sun-Made Raisins, Target, Turbo Sports Group, United Soccer Coaches, Wilson Trophy Company, and Yokohama.
It was 1935, the year that Elvis and Sandy Koufax were born. It was a year of many firsts, including the first NFL draft, the first Monopoly board game went on sale, Social Security began, and Babe Ruth hit his last home run. In addition to these milestones, the National Junior Challenge Cup was founded in 1935, offering a youth competition for young men in the United States. The cup was later named the James P. McGuire Cup, after the late U.S. soccer president, who himself was quite a standout in his earlier days, winning the U.S. Open Cup in 1929. McGuire would lead U.S. soccer and earn an international reputation as an excellent leader.
The Jim McGuire Cup was started in 1935. It was the only cup that the United States Soccer Federation had for youth players. And it was a very good competition, and I can tell you, I mean, this was the highlight of my soccer career, to be a champion in 1954.
This storied cup, now the oldest trophy in youth sport.
It has a history, it has a meaning, I think it has tradition. So I think it's extremely important for our competitions, for all the age groups that kind of emulate the McGuire Cup.
Winning the McGuire Cup is huge, just because all that history that comes along with the oldest trophy in youth sports period, that's really big for us.
Who will write their name in the next chapter of the storied McGuire